live. You are looking live. It's sold out Giant Stadium where today, the 15-0 New York Giants will be taking on the 0-15 Tennessee Titans. Why are the Tennessee Titans 0-15? Because they suck. And welcome to the Gridiron, everybody, or anybody at all. Anybody going to spend any time with me here this evening? I greatly appreciate you guys. Absolutely rock. Thank you. Or anybody who watches the replay of this. Thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I greatly appreciate it. You guys absolutely rock. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here. All right. You want to go over, talk about a little more, obviously, about the game from yesterday. Boy, I'll tell you, it's usually you just can't stand Mondays. You got to go back to work. The Giants lost 37-7. It's just a miserable, you know what I mean? It's like, horrible day, you know what I mean? But, man, I'll tell you what, after a Giant victory, after going on the road, beating a very good Tennessee Titan team, I'll tell you what, Monday's not too bad, huh? So I just want to go over some of the grades for the players, the team grades as well too. Okay. Now, and then go over maybe a little bit of the Giants schedule coming up because a little, I don't say curveball, but a little good curveball got thrown into the mix there, which is going to be coming upon the Giants in a couple of weeks. I want to go over that. All right, in a little bit. Anybody, I said anybody, we're going live here. So anybody wants to say anything in the chat, anything at all, fire away. I check it every so often. So if you got anything to say, any comments or anything, just please fire away. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. All right, but let's go over here. And that's just PFF. Okay. Just want to go over all the grades that they had. Now, Andrew Thomas. On the offensive side, okay, he graded out the best. All right, graded out a 79.9 against a very good defensive front for Tennessee. His pass blocking rate was 82.3, run blocking 75.4. Okay, the stud is back, right? Good to see that. The second highest graded guy for the Giants, I don't want to say unfortunately, but it was Wan'Dale Robinson. He played 9 total snaps, graded at 75.4. Passing grade 73.3, run blocking grade 59.5, but graded out of 75.4. Unfortunately, he only played the 9 snaps and he got hurt and he didn't come back. So I haven't heard anything about him. So keep my fingers crossed. All right. Number 3, good old Saquon. He played 50 snaps. He played almost all of the game, right? What we got? He graded 74.8. Passing grade was a 76.5. Pass blocking was a 52.5, which I guess for him isn't too bad because that is not a strong suit. Running grade 73.4. Hard to believe. He got 164 yards, I believe it was. Average 9.1 yards a carry. And they gave him running grade 73.4. Okay. All right. Maybe he'd have to run for over 300 yards to get like an 80 or 90, but it is what it is. Sterling Shepard, I was in for 43 snaps. Okay, graded out of 69 overall. Daniel Bellinger, very impressive. I was only in for about half the snaps. He was in for 29 snaps. Okay. Graded out of 67. His passing grade, was a 51.6. Pass blocking, 71.3. Pass blocking grade, 71.3. Very good. And his run blocking, 68.7. Very impressive. He's got a ways to go. It's just his first game. But I'll tell you what. On the road against Tennessee, as I said, their front, their defense is very good. Okay, for him to come out now, he certainly didn't light it up in the pass reception part by any stretch of the imagination, but his blocking was very good, and that's going to be a very important part for him. Obviously, it's his first game. first season, all of that. So hopefully, he's only going to get better. Okay. Stays healthy and only gets better. So, I mean, if he gets better, that's a huge, huge plus. Matt Breida, right, was in there for 13 snaps, graded as 64.9. Chris Myrick, all he does is catch touchdown passes, right? Let me see here. Hold on. Let me see. He's kind of like Chris Carter. That's Buddy Ryan. After they got rid of Chris Carter, Buddy Ryan made a comment, something like, what do we want him for or something? All he does is catch touchdown passes. Yeah. But my point here is, let's see here. Box score. Chris Myrick had 3 receptions last season. He had 1. So Chris Myrick in his career has 4 catches, 2 of them for touchdowns, and both of them basically won the game for the Giants. The one touchdown he had last year against the Eagles, the Giants won 13-7. Okay. His catch was their only touchdown in the game and wound up providing the margin of victory against the Eagles. Okay. And this one here, they caught the touchdown. And then, of course, Saquon got in for the 2-point conversion, but his touchdown was, I guess, part of the game-winning touchdown, if you want to call it that.
Wow, we're on Verizon now.
So all he does is catch game-winning touchdown passes. That Chris Myrick, huh? Gotta love him. Gotta love him. All right, next. Richie James. All right, he graded at a 62.2. He's in it for 42 snaps, but a very good game in return game. So Richie James, stay healthy, brother. You got a spot on this team. Very, very, very impressive in the punt return game. Very good. Very good job. Kadarius Toney was 7 snaps, graded out of 60.5. Dable was asked, I mean, apparently, Kadarius will be getting more and more plays as time goes by. I remember the same thing last year when Kadarius, the first couple of weeks, he hardly got in there at all. Then as time wore on, he got in there. Unfortunately, I guess he got in there too much and he just started getting hurt. But I think from him missing a lot of time, recuperating from his off-season, the surgery he had. So, apparently, hopefully, knock on wood, because you could see when Kadarius had the ball in his hands, once again, it was hard for the other team to tackle him. Okay. But let's see, he had 2 rushes. Kadarius Toney, 2 rushes for 23 yards, 11.5 yards to carry. He had a rush for 19 yards. Okay. As you can just tell. I mean, it's like Kadarius is the ball, and the defense has a hard time tackling him. I hope we can get the dude out in space, get the ball to him, throw him the ball. Hopefully he stays healthy. All right. Let's see here. And we got, let's see, offensive here. Daniel Jones. Okay, graded out of 57.4. 62.6 passing grade. 52.7 running grade. Okay. He did get down. He seemed like he started to slide head first. So, unfortunately, a couple of times he was sliding. Unfortunately, I mean, it was kind of, it seemed like once, maybe twice, there was like where he was close to getting the first down yardage and he started to slide before he got to the first down. Now, of course, if he took an extra step and he started sliding, he might have gotten the first down, but then he might have got nailed. So, but Mark Lewinsky. All right. So now we got, unfortunately, now the bottom of the pack here. This is where the offensive line starts coming in at. Okay. However, Andrew Thomas, all right, our left tackle was the highest graded guy. All right. So now we got Mark Lewinsky, the right guard, graded out of 51.3. Pass block was a 70.2, but his run block was a 53.2. Then we got Kenny Galladay. I don't even know why he's even there. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think he had 2 catches. Was that 2 for 22? Yeah, 2 for 22. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I'd be surprised if he's on the team next year. I mean, if we're not going to use him, cut him, get some dead cap space, but save some money, get rid of him, right? David Sills was in there for 27 snaps, graded out at 50.8. Tanner Hudson, all right, he was in there for 19 snaps, graded out at 50.5. Joshua Ezeudu, left guard, okay. Him and Ben Bredesen split the time, basically. Ezeudu was in there for 29 snaps, graded out at 50.3. Ben Bredesen was in there for 33 snaps at left guard, graded out at 38. Ben Bredesen got pushed back quite a few times. Okay. Let's see here. However, all right, I want to point this out. Joshua Ezeudu, according to Pro Football Focus, that's all I'm going by here, okay? The left guard was very brutal, okay? Joshua Ezeudu, 11 pass blocking snaps, okay? Graded out at a 0. All right, that's what like Shane Lemieux was grading out at 2 years ago when he was in there. All right, Ben Bredesen graded out at a 38. All right, so let's hopefully Ezeudu is going to get better and better as time goes by, but he graded out at a 0. All right, his run block was a 65.6. Right, then John Feliciano, the center, he played the whole game. He was in there. He graded at 49.4. Evan Neal, he was in there the whole game, graded out a 40.1. His run blocking is a 29.8. Okay, so he's going to get better. Don't worry about that. He's going to get better. But it was a little bit of a tough game for him. As I said, Ben Bredesen was our worst overall, graded out at a 38. His pass blocking was a 38, and his run blocking was a 51.2. Okay, so unfortunately, our offensive line graded out the worst. But it was certainly good enough to get us, over 200 yards rushing. All right. Pass blocking was a little bit different. I mean, you can see a lot in the beginning, especially the first 20 minutes. Every 5 minutes, Daniel Jones was getting sacked. First 20 minutes of the game, he got sacked 4 times. The final 40 minutes of the game, Daniel Jones got sacked 1 time. Okay. But running the ball will take the steam out of that pass attack. Okay. If they just on the field for 3 and out, which is what happened. It took the Giants almost 20 minutes to get a first down. All right. So when they're on the field for 3 and out, then they go on the sideline and drink some Kool-Aid for about a half an hour. They're pretty refreshed. All right. But you get that running game going, right? Get some first downs going, right? It's going to slow that pass rush down. And that's exactly what happened, especially in the second half. All right. Daniel Jones actually had some time to throw the ball. And we had some big open holes for Saquon to run out there, right? All right, then we go to the defensive side here. Okay, Oshane Ximines, huh? I think the man wants a contract, huh? I don't know if it'll be with the Giants, but he graded out. He played 43 snaps, graded out at an 86 overall. His pass rushing grade was an 80.6, right? His coverage grade was a 66.3, so Oshane Ximines, all right? Dexter Lawrence, sexy Dexter, graded out of 79.1. Okay, his pass rush was an 81.5. Oshane Ximines was an 80.6. I mean, I guess we had some decent pass rush, but I mean, we need. Hopefully, we can get Azeez and Kayvon back because the pass rush really was kind of non-existent. We had 1 sack, but it didn't really mean, I don't think he even lost any yardage on the 1 sack. So Aaron Robinson graded out of 73.4. Well, Adoree Jackson graded out of 71.5. So that's very good. So our 2 cornerbacks graded in the 70s. Now, let's not also forget, all right, we're not going against the elite of the elite of the elite in the Tennessee Titans passing game, okay? The Giants are going to have their work cut out for them in, games coming ahead, okay? But it's good to see that Adoree Jackson, Aaron Robinson, graded out wise. We're number 3 and number 4. Landon Williams graded out 71.2. All right. Jihad Ward graded out 69.7. His run defense was a 76.9. His tackling was a 75.8. Very, very good. DJ Davidson was only in there for 7 snaps. Graded out of 67.8. Okay. Xavier McKinney, 63.1. Julian Love, Mr. Duct Tape, our other safety, graded out of 60.8. Okay. Tony Jefferson was in there for 13 snaps at strong safety, right? Graded at 59.5. Quincy Roche graded out at 58.7. Toman Fox. Quincy Roche was only in there for 4 snaps. I was kind of shocked about that, but Toman Fox was in there for 27 snaps, graded at 56.2. Micah McFadden was only in there for 11 snaps, graded out at 44.7. Now we're getting toward the bottom, obviously. Darnay Holmes had a little bit of a rough game there. 42.3 he graded out at. His coverage grade was a 34.5. All right. Nick Williams was in there for 32 snaps, right? Graded out at 37.8. Justin Ellis, right, was in there for 18 snaps. He graded out at 37.4. Tay Crowder was in there pretty much the whole game. He graded out at 29. And Austin Calitro, he was in there for 44 snaps. He graded out at 28.9. So our inside linebackers I know Tay Crowder led the team. Let me see here. I got it up here with 7 tackles. Yeah. But the thing, it was the same thing last year with Tay Crowder. He led the team in tackles last year with 131. It's just, according to Pro Football Focus, that's all I'm going by. Okay. I watched the game. I watched some of the highlights and all that. I didn't sit down there for whatever, an hour, 2 hour, watching every player, breaking down the film. I did not do that. Okay. But it's kind of the same thing with pro football as last year. Okay. Tay Crowder gets a lot of tackles. All right. But there are some holes in his game. Okay. He doesn't grade out very well. Okay. As he did yesterday. I mean, he gets tackles. He got a lot of tackles. He even had that one tackle when Derrick Henry was running through the hole up the middle. Derrick Henry kind of got into the air, right? And Tay Crowder hit him from the side and he sent him flying. Sent Derrick Henry flying. I mean, very impressive. Very, very impressive. Mr. Irrelevant isn't so irrelevant, okay? So he's able to get some tackles, okay? It's just, he has some refinement to do to his game. Hopefully, as the season goes by, as the season progresses, he can get maybe a little bit better. But then we got here, all right, now I want to go over the team grades overall, okay, for the Giants now. Overall, this is according to Pro Football Focus once again. And obviously, this is without Seattle and Denver because they're playing right now Monday Night Football, okay? The overall grade, even though the Giants won, according to Pro Football Focus, the overall team grade, the Giants are number 26, graded out of 56.7. Somehow, I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't understand this. Somehow, the Titans lost. The Titans' overall team grade is a 78.1, according to Pro Football Focus. So somehow the Giants went into Tennessee, beat Tennessee. They're graded at a 56. Tennessee's graded at a 78. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. Offensive grades. Let's see here. We got. Okay, Kansas City is number 1, 82.9. Yeah, you put up 1,300 points against the Cardinals. Yeah, you're going to be the number 1 team. Let's see. Offensive. I don't understand this either. Offensive. Tennessee scored 20 points and they were graded as Tennessee is the 4th highest rated offense. I have no idea how that is. And they lost. I don't know. I don't know. This makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Tennessee's offense is graded above the Buffalo Bills, who went on the road and beat the Rams. I don't understand that. All right, so the Giants' offense, don't understand this. We're number 29. We're graded at a 57.4. Right? Pro Football Focus does not seem to like us. Passing grade. Let's see here. Tennessee's passing grade is 80.2. Okay. Giants passing grade. Let's see, where the Giants at? Giants passing grade, we're number 15, 62.6. Let's see, pass blocking. Yeah, we got some work cut out for us here. San Francisco, even though they got killed, their pass blocking rate is 78.8. Let's see here. The Giants pass block grade. Yeah, we're probably going to be pretty low on this one here. Yeah, we're 52.7. We're at 20, we're 24th overall. Our pass block grade is 52.7. Our receiving grade. Maybe in here. All right, we're number 24 overall. 61.7 is our receiving grade. Our running grade. Now, we should be somewhere up toward the top. Where's our running grade? This is hard to believe. I have no idea. I have no idea what these guys are like. We run for 238 yards. Pro Football Focus has us graded number 21 overall. We're 60.8. I don't know what they're smoking at Pro Football Focus. It's unbelievable. Let's see. Run blocking grade. Giants ran for 238 yards or 234 yards, whatever it was. We're 29th. Our run block grade is a 51.1. Our defensive grade, let's see here. Defensive grade, the Giants are number 21, 57.5. The Bengals are number 1, 81.4. Now, I remember last year, I think through the first 4 weeks of the season, the Giants were the number 2 passing team, graded-wise. When we went on the road in New Orleans and we came away with the overtime victory there. Well, after that game, the Giants were the Buccaneers and Tom Brady was number 1. The Giants were number 2 graded-wise, passing offense in the entire league. Then after that, we just went into the dumper. But run defense. Let's see here. Run defense, the Giants. Okay, there we go. Okay, you hold Derrick Henry to 82 yards. Yeah, okay. Giants are 66.1. Number 7 overall. Okay. Tackling. Giants are up there. Look at this. Giants number 2 in tackling, which was huge because you can't miss tackles against Derrick Henry. You miss 1 or 2 tackles, let that dude get up ahead of steam, forget about it, right? He's off and running. Giants are number 2 according to Pro Football Focus. That's all I'm going by here. But they're graded at 80.9. Number 2. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 1, 84.6. So the Giants are getting a little bit of love there as far as the tackling. All right, Giants did a very good job tackling. All right. Then we got pass rush. I don't know. Cleveland, pass rush. They're number 1, 88. The Bills are number 2, 87.5. Tennessee is number 3. They're 81.5. Yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones, every time he went back to pass, I think Tennessee was back in the pocket faster than Daniel Jones was the first 20 minutes. It was ungodly. But pass rush. Giants are 22. We're 60.8. Coverage. Let's see here. Giants. Where are the Giants? Ooh, Giants are number 28. Wow. Jeez, 47.7. Wow. I did a very bad job according to Pro Football Focus as far as coverage. In special teams. Pittsburgh is number 1 at 81.5. Tennessee is number 2, 81.3. The Giants. Whew. Once again, no love for the Giants. Giants are number 28. 49.7. So overall, according to Pro Football Focus. All right, that's all I'm going by. But well, I mean, we gave up that long return. Okay. We botched. I don't know if there's the snap or the hold or exactly what it was on the first extra point. We blew that one. So it is what it is. But Giants certainly have some room for improvement without question. Now, I want to go over the schedule here, what we got coming up. All right. Where are we at here? So obviously we know next week we got Carolina. Now, we whooped up on Carolina last year. All right. The Carolina's got a new quarterback. All right. You don't want to take nothing for granted. That's what you got to play every game. You got to play 60 minutes every game. We beat Carolina last year 25-3. That was one of the 4 wins that we had. We really looked good in that game. But you can't can't overlook anybody. You got to go in. It's our home opener. I'm not saying we got to win 25-3, but we really, really, should win that game. However, I want to say that, there's certain guys and certain teams, you always have like a hard time against. Well, the Giants have always had a hard time playing against Dak Prescott. Well, he's going to be out. Let me see here. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all right. So he's going to be back by the time we play him the second time in Dallas. Okay. However, in 2 weeks, all right, we're playing the Cowboys on Monday night. Giants are home Monday night. Quite possibly Cooper Rush might be their quarterback. Dak will not. He's getting surgery on his throwing hand. I believe it's his thumb. You see last night when he was throwing the ball, 2 times he followed through and he got his hand hit, right? His throwing hand hit 2 times. And after he got it hit the second time, he threw a pass or 2 or so, and then he just basically ran off the field and went to the doctors and all that. And they were looking around. And he went off the field and they had surgery. He's getting surgery, or he had surgery, or he's getting surgery done. So he's apparently supposed to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Giants have always had a hard time beating Dak Prescott. And now whether you like him or not, whether you like the Cowboys or not, obviously don't want to be giving anybody praise or this, that. I mean, Dak's a good quarterback, right? He does not have his weapons, which what it has had in the past. They've had to make some business decisions, all right? Gallup's not there. I don't know if he'll be there in 2 weeks from now when the Giants play him. Their offensive line is not the same. They franchise tagged Schultz, who did not really look super spectacular last night against the Buccaneers. He had a couple catch receptions, but they look like button hooks, like he just found someplace in the zone and he caught a pass, but did not look super spectacular by any stretch of imagination. Their guy is ABCD Lamb. Okay. It's not like what they had in the past. We had a nice offensive line. You had Amari Cooper, maybe you had Michael Gallup out there, and you had ABCD Lamb out there, which opened up Schultz, okay, in the passing game. So I'm not so sure if Schultz, their tight end, that good, or is he just a product of, who's around them? Because when you got superstars around you, okay, that makes everybody better. So, when you got guys like Amari Cooper on one side, ABCD Lamb on another, maybe, as I say, Gallup or something, that kind of opens stuff up. Those guys take the attention of the defensive, right? The defensive backs and linebackers and all. Obviously, somebody's supposed to be there, obviously, to cover the tight end, but you're not paying as much attention to Schultz as you are those guys, right? So, now they don't have – Dak is not going to be there in 2 weeks on Monday night, home Monday night football, New York Giants, right? Cooper's not there, right? The offensive line did not really look very good the other night, last night against the Buccaneers, right? So, they had to make some business decisions, all right? Their defense still looked somewhat decent. It was a little susceptible against the run, okay? Leonard Fournette had a very good game last night against the Dallas defense, okay, which might be a sign of things to come for what the Giants might try to wind up doing against the Cowboys in 2 weeks, because the Giants, had a little struggle with the, pass protecting. All right. But, we did a very good job against a good defensive front with the Titans. So same thing might happen in 2 weeks on Monday night when we're playing the Cowboys at home. But we've always had a hard time beating Dak. It's understandable. Very good quarterback. Okay. Without question. But, they're going to be missing some pieces there. Now, the one thing that was 2 years ago when we were playing him and we actually, he got hurt in the game when we were playing against him, they brought Andy Dalton in. Okay. Well, they don't have Andy Dalton on the sideline. Not that Andy Dalton is Tom Brady or nothing, but he's a very decent quarterback without question. However you want to like, have him coming off the sideline. That's like having Tyrod Taylor coming off the sideline, okay? They had a very good backup. And the Giants had the lead in that game 2 years ago. I think we were up 34-31 with 2 minutes to go. And of course, just like only the Giants could, we gave up 2 field goals in the final 2 minutes of the game. And of course, we wound up losing. But we wound up, after Dak went out, we surged ahead. We got the lead. Of course, we couldn't hold on to the lead. But with Dak not being there, possibly Cooper Rush might be their starting quarterback. So there's a good possibility. The Giants still, got a shot at winning that football game. I ain't predicting nothing or anything like that because you got to play the game, right? But the 2 winnable games. Not saying we're going to win them, but there's a possibility the Giants could win the next 2 games. Now let me see here. What do we got here? What do we got after this? Then we got we really don't have a true road game, okay, until October 23rd. We got to play the Packers across the pond. The Packers are home, but I'm not saying we're going to wind up winning that one, but the Packers are home, but they're away. The Giants are away, the Packers are away. They're in England. All right, neither team's home. All right, okay. So, but we got the Panthers at home, we got the Cowboys at home, then we got to play the Bears at home. Okay, and the Bears, with Justin Fields, all right. They killed us last year, but we had a 17-string quarterback in there, Mike Glennon, who I think we didn't have any net passing yards in that game. But that's a winnable game too. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but then we got to after the Packers, then we got to go home and play the Ravens. The Ravens look very good against the Jets. Lamar Jackson looked very, very good. Okay, and the Ravens defense really looked good. So that'll be a heck of a game. Then we got to go on the road against the Jaguars. Then we got to go on the road against the Seahawks. Then we come home against the Texans. Then we got to play the Lions at home. We got a nice stretch there. Nice stretch there. All right. But obviously you got to take it one at a time. But next week we got the Panthers. Okay. And then we got the Cowboys on Monday night without Dak Prescott. So, the Giants are ever going to take advantage of a season schedule. This is the schedule to take advantage of. Okay. And that is 32 minutes. Wow. Man, it's amazing how fast time flies when you're just talking. We got Blue Pulse. Hi. How you doing? Is it Blue Pulse, right? I can read that? Yeah, Blue Pulse. Hi. Hey, thanks. Anybody at all putting anything in chat. Thank you so much. And once again, thank you so much for anybody watching this here, anybody spending some time of your day or your night with me. Thank you. Or anybody who's watching the replay of this from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day or night to check out this video. You guys absolutely freaking rock. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!